Hey guys, Jay. Welcome back to the channel. So, some great things have been showing up on Manuel Eduardo Caritas's Instagram page. Roy Juarez, man, he's just killing it these days. Can't believe how many great things he's been showing us, and this one is no different. Let's check this out, guys. Yes, indeed, Skeletor, evil Horde Skeletor, has been unveiled by Roy Juarez on Manuel Eduardo Caritas' Instagram page. Definitely give him a like and a follow. Tell him that Jay sent you. Let's take a look at this, guys, because this is going to be a lot of fun. Clicking on the actual post. Holy crap, everybody. It's packaging time. The Master Universe Wave 10 Horde Skeletor has been unveiled. A servant of Hordak at the time, Skeletor rescued Evelyn from an angry mob, enhanced her magic, and gave her a place to belong, not out of any sense of heroism or chivalry, but rather out of a desire to expand his own power. And of course, Roy Wires always pays tribute to the team over at Mattel by giving credit to where credit's due. He, of course, is the art director and graphic design, with artwork by Simon Eckhart. The toy design was done by Terrence Higuchi, and of course the story itself was written by Yes, Really Bob. This is going to be a fun first look at what could be the origins of Skeletor. So let's have a look at this, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun. Here he is, the Lord of Destruction. Just prior to becoming that, he is the young version of Skeletor. I don't know exactly how young Skeletor would be. I mean, just looking at his face, he's coming from a different dimension, which is rather obvious. I mean, like, he did serve Hordak and the Evil Horde much of the time he was alive, and it's interesting to see him here in his original form before heading to Eternia and making a stake and a claim to become the actual Lord of Destruction. I really like the pack out here. It's very, very simple, but at the same time, really hearkening towards the history of Skeletor. He has a brand new Havoc Staff, which I guess would be his old Havoc Staff. It's kind of confusing at this stage. But this one has a red ram's head. Actually, it might not even be a ram's head now that I'm looking at it. Could be some sort of like demonic head with some horns. But I like to think that it's still a ram's head. It actually looks really, really cool. His head sculpt is brand new, as far as I can tell. It looks very menacing compared to the original head sculpt, which was just a bit too small for many people's likings. I really like the soft goods cape that he comes with. That really adds a different dimension to Skeletor in this stage. And then, of course, he has those straps, which are pretty signature to Skeletor. However, they do have a little bit of a different pattern on them, which is very interesting. He's wearing that really new belt, which is crimson, very much like the Evil Horde style, and of course it has the Horde symbol right in the front. It's either Hordak or Horde Prime. I like to think it's Horde Prime. The front kilt itself is actually plastic, I believe, and this one's got the same texture, or at least appears to have the same texture as the cape, which I really liked to unify that piece together. I really like it's a very simple kilt. It really doesn't have much in the way of fur or any other details, which is traditional to the Master Universe. This one's very much almost militaristic in the way it looks. You know what I mean? Obviously, he was part of the ranks and file for the Horde, so that would make a lot of sense. He has these shin pads, which are very similar to the way he wears them now, but they're very much in the same style and color of the Evil Horde and the type of infantry, I guess, kind of style that they wear. Still giving him that very much Skeletor flair, but at the same time, being very much in the same style as the Horde itself. Here he is, and if we look in closer, we can see that the bat motif is actually more highlighted, almost like the Horde. It's not exactly a Horde, insignia, but the bat symbol has been laid out in a crimson red, which of course really does highlight the idea that he is actually part of the Horde army. And I really do like that. It's a very sleek look for Skeletor. The black, the red, the highlights themselves. Even the bone cross is actually this crazy silver with the blood jewel in the middle, and it really does seem a lot more sleek, a lot more dynamic, and really gives that youthful appearance, if we can call it that, for Skeletor. He does look like he's coming out of a different age, a different time of his life. So that's really cool. I really do like the way they've actually put together this particular version of Skeletor. And his face, it really does complete the piece here. So different, and I do mean very, very different from the original Skeletor face of the Masterverse line when it was first unveiled. And honestly, I think it's for the better. As a matter of fact, it wouldn't surprise me if people bought several of these Skeletors just to get the heads to swap out with the current version that's on the original Skeletor that was released in the first wave. I really do like this cape. so different from the cape that was included with the first wave of Skeletor. This one actually has several layers on top of it, which really does give this puffy nature, but at the same time, combined with his hood, it almost looks like a complete piece all around, as if the cape itself is actually part of his hood garment. And I really do like the way it completes the look. The texture itself, as I said earlier, the inner lining anyway, really matches his kilt, and it really does unify the entire look for Skeletor, much the same way he did appear in the Master Universe Revelations cartoon. So that was a lot of fun. The box art is, of course, as simple as it's always been, but I really do appreciate that. I mean, the blues contrasting with the figure in the inside, a lot of people still have a problem with it, considering that it's not the traditional exploding rocks with the Master Universe logo. But honestly, this is a different line entirely, and I really have never had a problem with it. Of course, it does have the Netflix original series branding. We can see Skeletor inside the packaging here. He does look really well put together. It's not the biggest pack out. I mean, he's only got 2 swappable fists and the Havoc staff, but that's dissimilar from what the original Skeletor came with. I think the shaping staff would have been the other big thing that came with Skeletor at the time. But yeah, this is a really simple yet elegant pack out, and I really do appreciate it. I think it would have been very interesting if they actually made his skull face out of translucent plastic, but you know, you can't have everything, right? So yeah, this is really cool. The side art and back art are really well put together here. No matter what you think of the actual design of the boxes, it allows for this wonderful canvas that they are actually able to paint on, and I really do love what we're seeing here. The side art as well as the back art really do unify as a single piece, and of course the cross cells really showcase who is being featured in this particular wave. Clampchamp, Skeletor, Webstor, and of course Prince Adam, who we've already covered Clampchamp in the past. And I really do like this overall look. It's really fun, and the wonderful artwork here is so great, and we get some wonderful little Easter eggs here, guys. This is amazing. Looking at the background here on the side art, is that what I believe it is? Yes indeed, guys. This is possibly the first time we're seeing the Fright Zone in this particular state. I mean, they're pretty much really harkening back to the original Fright Zone playset. You know, we see the caves in the background. We see the jail cell from the original playset, and of course the staircases. The only thing missing is maybe some yellow eyes coming out of the cave back here, which would signify that the serpent is just waiting and hiding to strike out at anyone, any poor soul who passes by, to drag them into the cave. This is a lot of fun. Here we have Skeletor, again, very, very youthful in appearance, you know, conjuring his magic spells, and just having that crimson red, a different type of animal, maybe from the Fright Zone itself, but it looks so great, and really is a very different take on Skeletor at the time. And once again, he looks more youthful here. He seems almost a bit more slender in his appearance, and the blacks and the reds of the Horde uniform really do complement that overall look. In reality, it's just a very clever redeco of the existing strap set, but I love it. It really is a lot of fun to see him in this younger part of his life. It's really great, and the environment they've placed him in, man. Simon Eckert really has done an amazing job here. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of the artwork for Master Universe, and this really does bring everything together. The back artwork is so wonderful. Honestly, it really does harken to the series itself. As we saw in the show, Skeletor did appear out of a portal which he conjured to save Evelyn from the mob, and this really does look as if it's part of that entire scene. We see the portal in the background with, of course, that I think they're calling it Havoc now. I believe that's the term they're using in the CG version of the show, and you know, it really is quite appropriate. I think this is the type of a Havoc type of magic. Of course, we do know that Skeletor calls his staff the Havoc staff, and really the way it looks here, I really do love the color choices here. The reds, the oranges, the hues, and of course the purples are just really giving that wonderful sense of a mysterious, dark, evil magic, which Skeletor draws from to actually conjure his spells. And it really does appear as if he's in complete control. It really does appear as if he's sort of brash here, a little bit arrogant in his youth. But then again, Skeletor really hasn't changed much over the years. He still does believe that he is the Lord of Destruction, and really does desire to have a place of his own in the universe. And of course, he's decided that Eternia is that place that he can rule and dominate entirely. I really do love the designs here. Once again, huge tip of the hat to Simon Eckert and Roy Juarez for this wonderful illustration. I really do love the overall look for the Master Universe and the wonderful artwork that I've been able to put together. My hat is tipped to everyone of the artistic team on Mattel, and of course the whole team in general. You guys are doing a bang up job, guys. If you haven't picked up your copy of Horde Skeletor yet, I will have affiliate links in the description below where you can pick this up on Entertainment Earth. It really helps out the channel, and I really do appreciate all the support, guys. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed this episode, guys, and if you did, please do leave me a like. It really does help me out. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe, and as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching. Good journey. Geek proud. I want to give a huge shout out to all my Patreon and channel member supporters. Thank you so much, everybody. It's thanks to your support that this channel continues to grow, and I really could not have done this without you. You guys are the best. Thank you so much for your support, guys. It really means a lot and really helps the channel to keep growing.